Hello and welcome. I would like to extend a warm welcome to all of you on the inaugural episode of Wednesdays with WV. The guest I have for this episode is one who's made of legendary stuff. She's been insanely dedicated to her craft and has been the backbone of the Indian women's team for a period of 20 years. I repeat, yes, 20 years. It's not easy. And it gives me great pleasure to welcome Jhulan Goswami. Jhulan, how are you doing?
Thank you, sir. I'm fine, sir. How are you, sir? It's always pleasure to talking to you.
Yeah, that's the reason I thought since you're used to opening the proceedings for a period of 20 years, I thought I'll start with you as far as this
Brilliant
Wednesdays
idea,
with W is concerned.
sir. What a great idea you have as an opening batter and an opening bowler is starting the show.
If you insist, Julian, my idea is good. I am very happy about it. Okay, Julian, 20 years as a fast bowler. Now, when you
Yes.
sit back and reflect on it, do you think the years have flown by or are you pleasantly tired?
Sir, it was sir, better than me everything because you are our coach. So we have a lot of discussion on that. But honestly speaking, when you start, you can't think about that number you want to play, how many years you are going to play. You just keep doing the process, what you have learned, what your coaches have taught you. I'm just going by that motion. And one thing I have always in my mind that whenever I participate, either it's a club matches or district matches or state level matches or institution matches or Indian matches, I have to contribute. My contribution should be there. So, and I want to become a match winner. If I'm not participating, it's fine. But if I'm not a match winner, then I'm not going to be satisfied. So I think probably that things that I wanted to contribute every time whenever I got the opportunity, I think that always pushed me ahead to play bit of extra year I played. But honestly speaking, when you start, you can't think about all those 20 years, 10 years. You just wanted to contribute more, wanted to do well each and every time because this is an honor to represent your country. And I think that was the biggest motivation factor for me.
Yeah, you contributed immensely over a long period of time. But let's talk about the start. Whatever made you take a fast bowling? Come on, Julian.
So honestly speaking, it was like pretty tricky if I said something like that because I was staying in a village, I used to play a lot of tennis ball cricket in the backyard with my cousins, with my friends. But you are not a bowler or batter. You have to be proper all rounder. Then they'll give you the value. So my value was only batting if I do batting, but on and later part I was doing only fielding. So I used to found that they are not giving me that much importance. So what I used to do, I used to fight with them and they give me the ball, I want to bowl. And obviously, I don't know how I have learned those action and all those stuff. I think probably television played a big role. And I used to copy all those things, action, how they used to play, in afternoon time, I used to go to terrace. I used to copy every Indian bowler's action in a terrace and playing alone myself. Sometimes Kapil Dev is bowling, sometimes Javagal Srinath is bowling, sometimes Malcolm Marshall is bowling. I'm talking about 1992, 93, those times because I was very young. And 97, sir, I have started professionally. I started playing with the leather ball. And when I come to Calcutta, from Chagda to Calcutta, when I should do the traveling every day. And that time my coach said, listen, you have a good decent height and you have a decent action. Just yes, you have to do batting, but make sure that you have to bowl every day 5 batters. I think that the things I think change entire perception. And basically वो लड़कों के साथ खेलने के टाइम जो एक लड़ाई होते थे ना उसमें लगता था यार मुझे भी तेज बॉल डालना है इनकी तरह वो एक that's instincts thing I have developed. And obviously coaches have guided me to improve my skills, and they found because those days we don't know who's going to be fast bowler, who's going to be batter. We just go and play. No need to go to the school. Better option to go to the ground. That is how I started. And yeah, but fast bowling, it was fun, sir. Honestly speaking, is absolutely fun. And then you are always been a captain who always support our bowlers. And as a coach also, you have always given a privilege to the bowlers. So is the fast bowling is something is you always enjoy.
It's interesting. I was speaking to Kapil Dev some time ago, and he said the same thing, more or less. He said, I just wanted to play cricket. And then fast bowling is something I started doing, I started enjoying. Now, talking of guidance, you won't have had much guidance to start off with. At what stage did you get some sort of guidance for your bowling?
I think so in 2000 when I've joined Air India as a professional cricketer, and when I used to work with those Air India coaches, proper bowling coaches in a net session, they used to give me a little bit of idea. And secondly, so I think I have gone to a few times in Chennai for those pace bowling camp. They have taught me few skills that you can do this, you can generate more pace, you can improve your strength in condition stuff, so you can develop more thing on the field. But honestly speaking, I think those coaches in Air India, and basically they give me a lot of idea. They used to give us a lot of tips that was required in that stage, because I was very young, raw, and they used to say that don't compromise your pace and all. You have to hit the deck. And one more person I have to take a name, that was, I think, late Mr. Tariq Sinha sir. I used to go to Delhi in a summer, stay there in his house in a summer camp. It used to happen at Sonnet Club, and I used to bowl lot of superstar cricketers in a net. So, and there I have learned actual fast bowlings and how to play international cricket. If you want to sustain in international cricket, what kind of fitness is required, which area you have to hit. It's not about coming and swing the ball. You have to hit the deck, and off the wicket movement that's required. Then you'll be able to get little bit extra thing for the batters to uncomfortable stuff things I have learned there. And those 2 years, regular basis in a summer, I have to go to Delhi. And I think after 2002, I used to go to Delhi every summer camp, 2 years, and I've spent 21 days practice with those quality boys. And those boys apparently played for India. Some players was there, already played for India, getting some ideas from them, how to handle those international pressure, how to handle those international cricket stuff, which area you have to bowl to get more wicket. All those things I have learned. So basically, it's like, taking small stuff from everywhere and, culminate it in one place and just deliver. That is how I have learned.
Excellent. One of the things that is overlooked when it comes to fast bowling and fast bowlers is a good pair of shoes. Otherwise, you'll get up injured. That's one thing that's ignored. Were you able to get a good pair of shoes at the start of your career?
Honestly speaking, this is a secret. I think obviously in those days we don't have good shoes in India, and we used to wait for some people who used to go to abroad, if they can bring, if they wish to bring something, and whatever charges they used to charge, we have to give them. And I used to have one pair of shoes, one shoes for domestic matches, one shoes for international matches, initial stage. And then I think Tariq Sinha sir helped me in a lot in that case, because he used to, do the jugaru kind of stuff. He used to take from shoes from Ashish Bhaiya, and his size was 11, mine is 9. So he used to give me that shoes to one boys who have a 9 size, and उससे 9 number का shoes मुझे देता था. That was jugaru stuff Tariq Sinha sir used to do, and that's helped me, sir. And then it was fun. Now I have realized how we used to play it. But yeah, shoe was a big concern, because first of all it was pretty expensive, and secondly, early in 99 2000 it was not available in a good quality shoes in our country. And we used to wait. The people used to go for county cricket, if they can bring one pair of shoe. I think Dunkley was that time, Grenicals, all those shoes was available. And now though we have a lot of option, and now everybody have professional contract. Everything is pretty easy to find out, but those days it was quite difficult. And I think fortunate. I think I was pretty fortunate enough to have late Tariq Sinha sir in my career में उनका जो contribution है, जितना भी छोटा सा contribution है, but that was pretty big.
Yes, training methods are important, because in as much as you can train and get fitter, if you don't train properly, you can also get injured. Now, what kind of scientific methods were known to you then at the start of your career?
Nothing.
In fact, not many knew. Not many knew.
No, nothing, sir. It was like, but training means you have to go to the ground and keep doing that round and round and round. How many laps you have to do, and then you are a fit. And less number of laps you have doing, and you are unfit. So but that was a training in every day morning. You have to run like, marathon athlete, and come back, bowl, and evening again you have to go and run, and all those stuff. Is no scientific reason was there, no scientific process was there. It's just keep running. I think more you run, more you fit. That was a fast bowler's common method in those days. And I used to be, pretty sporty girl. So I used to play a lot of other sports like in my chakda. So in my village. So I used to play in the afternoon. I used to go for football with the boys. Morning I used to go for training. And somehow I managed. I think I think football helped me a lot because you do a lot of up and down running, agility movement was there. So, and obviously not in a professional footballer, but yeah, village में जितना require है उतना तो था.
Okay, international cricket should have seemed very easy to you because if I remember right, very second game you were the player of the match. It should have seemed very easy, isn't it?
Not at all, sir. Not at all. It was a good match for me, and fortunately, sir. One more thing I must say, I have debuted in a new place in Chennai in 2002 against England. So yeah, and but second match, yes, I was very fortunate. I able to hit the ball in right area, getting that late movement. So yeah, I was really happy, excited. Initially, I was very nervous because when the first two match I could not sleep because you know obviously excitement, pressure. Suddenly matches coming on a televised matches were started. People coming and watching you, and back home people watching you. जो लोग घर पे कभी नहीं देखा match इतना लोग. So friends, your colleagues, your family people, they all start watching. And those days, Doordarshan is to DD Sports is match was televised. So yeah, it was pretty nervous thing. And first time I also saw how I am bowling. And after the match in the night, I used to wait. मेरा एक्शन कैसा है, मैं कैसे भाग रही हूँ. उससे पहले honestly speaking, video analysis, all those stuff was not available. It was so expensive stuff. So WC, I can't afford all those things. So हम लोग क्या करते थे मैच के बाद इवनिंग को रात को लेट नाइट उसका टेलीकास्ट होता था, रिपीट टेलीकास्ट. हम बैठ के सब देखते थे, हम एक दूसरे का एक्शन कैसा है, कौन कैसे बैट पकड़ रहा है, all those stuff. Yeah, that is how we started. So yeah.
You had the distinction of being the Indian cricketer who was first given the award of ICC Cricket of the Year. And that came in 5 years into international cricket, isn't it? It took only 5 years.
Yes, sir, nothing. No, sir, but you just first thing I've told you, as an athlete, as a professional cricketer, I always wanted to contribute more from my side. And whenever I got that opportunity, I tried to contribute to maximum way and give my team to whatever role I have given. So I make sure that each and every day I can fulfill those things. And yeah, I was pretty consistent in those 7 years early stage in my career. No injuries was there, so I was a little bit raw and just come and bowl fast, enjoying my job. And I think as a team also have performed well because 2005 we played World Cup, then series, all those stuff. So yeah, eventually it's become a good package for me in those 5 years and played a lot of matches because earlier it was not happen regular basis. We are playing international cricket, but when we have debuted 2002, then we started playing more matches, international matches, getting more exposure in international cricket, and I think that's give us a lot of ideas and a lot of exposure for youngsters like me who have just joined and just improve her skill and mentally and physically.
No, you were as usual, typically modest when I said just 5 years, but it was an achievement because I'll tell you, all the other nations were ahead of India in women's cricket at that point in time. I wonder how many people even knew Indian team consisted of women's circuit as well, because that time it was all about men's cricket. A lot of focus was on men's cricket and
Yes, sir.
various things in other sports was just coming through there. That's the reason I felt that in 5 years' time to get that award was quite an achievement.
Yeah, you can say, but yes, one thing happened that people start suddenly people start my career graph has suddenly picked. People start knowing me, who's Jhulan Goswami. People start following me. taking autographs. Those days, selfie was not a thing. Now it's not like that. Today, that people start taking selfie. Those days, people start taking autographs. People recognize you, and so yeah, it was it was change a little bit of face of women's cricket, because I think that year not even one male cricketer also in shortlisted for the award, any award. And it was pretty dry year for men's cricket also because of 2007 World Cup and all those stuff. So I was only alone Indian cricketer in that award list. So yeah, it was give me a lot of pleasure, a lot of joy, and same time, sir, people start following women's cricket also because people know, huh, these girls are doing something well, and then BCCI also just joined. The merger happened 2006 2007. Then BCCI also believe that these girls have little bit of extra talent. You can give little bit of attention to them. So it's getting those attention from everywhere. It was required for women's cricket to give extra kickstart in 2007, because before that people don't follow much, people don't know much. But after 2007, that ICC award, suddenly I can see in Kolkata region, in West Bengal, I was become a household name. Everybody know me in that, and that's helped me to bring women's cricket in a one step ahead, and as well as India. So yeah.
Now you're a household name across the world, Jhulan. Don't worry about that. Now,
No. I'm not saying that way. I'm just
no,
saying
no, no,
how
no.
women's
No,
cricket
you
perception
are.
has changed.
You are. Don't underplay it. Now, let's talk about the challenges in women's cricket before the BCCI came into the picture.
So there was a plenty of challenges, particularly in the playing, Indian team also were going by economy class, traveling unreserved compartment, traveling international matches, playing from one place to other place. You're going by train, not good hotel, not good grounds. Umpires was not up to the mark. Matches was not televised regular basis. There was no media coverage also much. So people don't know where we are going to play, whom we are playing. So if you have to tell some story, the people used to start thinking, are they playing some matches? Where they start playing? And हमें तो कुछ पता ही नहीं चला यार, तुम लोग कब मैच खेल के आते हो? ऐसे भी सवाल पूछते थे. And domestic cricket के लिए भी sir, it was really difficult. Girls used to travel unreserved compartment, staying in a dormitory. There is no toilet facilities, no good food facilities. You can't afford those things also. And obviously, lot of you can say, if you want to play cricket in those days, you have to give up everything and just don't look at other stuff. Just go and play, enjoy your cricket. I think sure of love, from that passion and love, I think all those women's cricketers have participated in that time. I think they have just started with the love and passion, because nothing, no facilities was available, no series, no calendar was there. So it was huge challenge for as a professional athlete to survive, because you don't get match fees, no daily allowances, no luxury in staying in a good hotel, staying in an absolutely below par hotel, staying in a dormitory, traveling by train is next to toilet. You have to sit, you have to travel, and there's no luxury for coolie also. You have to carry your own kit bag and suitcase and all the stuff. Traveling in our economy class, if you have got excess baggage, you have to pay. So you have to remove your personal clothes to the airport. Try to cut down those excess baggage stuff. Remove your kit bag stuff. So it was quite challenging. If you go to overseas matches also, it was quite a bit challenging. But yes, after 2006-7, when BCCI took over, things started in a different way. We see that how that thing can be nicely done.
I'll get to that. Jhulan. But hit the deck bowler. Now, don't become a batsman like me and leave outside the off stump. Did the benefits start coming immediately after the BCCI took over women's cricket, or it took some time?
So obviously, it will took some time, because one system joining another system, it will take some time. But in our case, it take little extra. Uh, that much I can say. But yeah, it was a bit smoother than what it was. But what now? Absolutely, smooth ride. Everything is in a place. There is someone to take care of everything. Professionalism, contract system in place, getting daily allowance, professional coaches, professional trainers, physio, everything is there. Playing, staying in a good hotel, traveling in a business class, all the stuffs happened. So I think 2017 World Cup played a big role, and that changed the perception of women's cricket in our country. And as a change of, and a lot of people in a board also start believing, hey, yes, these girls have a lot of talent. If you give them extraordinary facilities, they can bring good performance. And I think that changed after 2017 World Cup. But before that also it was okay. It was not 100%. That much I can say. Just sir,
Oh,
outside of stump का ball just खेलने गए और check करके beat हो गई.
what is critical here is that, yes, you started doing well. BCCI took the women's cricket under its fold. Everything started getting better. What about the societal pressures you went through? Generally in India, girls, they say, yes, shadi karo, get married, settle down. What kind of societal pressures you had to encounter?
I think, sir, this is pretty common in our society, in everywhere in our country. And it's not about women's cricket. It's, I think, everywhere women's athlete have come across in our country in different sports, they always face all those stuff. Particularly those are coming from little bit of remote area, like me, coming from village. Some other girls, some other sports come from village, because they don't have a data. Now is like it is everything easy through social media. You can go through. I think if you want to become a professional athlete, what kind of training, what facilities you have, I think parents are pretty much aware. Society also pretty much aware. But those days it was really difficult to explain them to play sports. It took me 2 years that I want to play professional cricket, because for me in my house it was like, go get concentrate on your education, and after certain time definitely you have to go and get married. And that is how society was. And if you, I travel a lot in local train. People used to tease me like, what is this? You're playing in cricket. What cricket? What women's cricket? We don't know anything about that. In this age, you should go and study. Why you are wasting your time? People in a village, people used to say, why you are playing with the boys? There's no need. If she is playing, then we can't send our boys playing in that competition, because how come a girl can play with the boys? All those things happen. And as a professional athlete to baad mein hai. As a who wants to play sports, who wants to become a athlete, ये सब चीज मैटर नहीं करता सर. That time you just go on to chase your dream, what you want to do, and just explain to your family. And initial days it was difficult, but when they understood, I think it was pretty smooth. But हाँ सर, ये चीज हर जगह प्रॉब्लम है. The problem रहेगा, because our society, our cultures, everything is different. And I think that's the beauty about our country. But at the same times, I think slowly that process has been changed. That expectation that people expect that girl can do a lot of good stuff in an athlete sports field particularly. So I think that's perception change hua hai, slowly change hua hai. But it will take some more time to change that. And more you win more medals in a international level, in Olympic, Commonwealth, Asian Games, Women's World Cup. So people will, you're able to motivate a lot of youngsters, their family people. Because I can say one thing, after 2017 World Cup, if when I come back to Calcutta, and after 10 days, I have gone to my academy. I say that 10, 12 years girls, 70, 60 girls have come and start playing professional cricket. I think that is a thing have changed. But in our time, it was difficult to convince your parents. It's a big task, and convince your society also is a big task. So yeah, this thing has been changed. But fair enough, sir. What we have done, yeah, that's one thing we can say, that at least we have some contribution in a society to motivate a lot of young girls to play sports.
A lot of pressure cricket wise, societal pressures are there. But again, I would like to know more about the sports person during their monthly cycles when they are involved in a competition. What goes on then, physically,
I,
physiologically, psychologically, emotionally?
I think that that is the biggest challenging part as a female athlete. And think I think all the athletes have faced all same kind of stuff. And if it is during that competition time, it was huge challenge to compensate that area and concentrate on your job. Is huge mental you mentally have to be very strong, because a lot of time happened that you know during that time you're not able to concentrate more, not able to deliver more. But people don't know. People start criticize that yaar isne perform nahi kiya. But back backyard story, people don't know what is the reason, actual reason. But this is a big challenging for every female athlete in this world. But and that's why we said that the female athletes are very special, and going through a lot of aches and pain in a body is a different thing, and going through that kind of pain, that kind of motion in the body is quite a challenging stuff. And during match days, it's a huge task. I think that takes you a lot of courage to coming out from that situation and play and be there for 6 hours on the cricket field. Particularly, I'm talking about cricket. So cricket field is huge task, sir, huge task. And I think you have to give a lot of credit to all those girls going through taking those challenge. It's a challenge, because you wanted to be on the room, want to in a bed, want to get proper rest. But because of what we have chosen, we can't be in the room, we can't be in the bed, we have to go and play an important match. You can't give you excuse also for that. So I think, sir, this is a big challenge for girls. But I'm sure uh, everyone is taking care of all those stuff. And I think physios, doctors play a big role in this. And yeah, this is a normal. We don't say, we can't complain for that. This is a normal. We accept, and we prepare that way. We prepare that way. Practice session also we try to give more effort. Make sure that during that competition time should not bother extra. So I can give my effort properly, whatever result will be, but I can give my effort. But these things are now, we are accepting all those stuff, and we just move forward. We can't give excuses for that. And that is the beauty about women's athlete.
It's not about excuses. It is more about trying to help the sports persons,
Yes, sir.
especially during that phase. I had, in fact, recommended during my tenure that a research be undertaken as to what are the things that these girls go through, and what is it that system can do to help them, mitigate the challenges that they face during that period.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's a worthwhile project, don't you think?
Yes, sir, absolutely. This is required, sir. This is required, because I think that is, I'm glad that you have come out this question, and this research thing also you have come out. But I'm happy that people start thinking that way. Early stage, when I was young and I could not share all the stuff to my coaches, and quietly I have to be, make sure that fighting with everything. So this is something people should accept, and should research properly, and how you improve all those things. Because again, a lot of science is there. So if you can come out and make sure that during that time they can get little bit of, you can adjust those things. So, and these things in a same timing, match timing, or training
Yeah.
timing, all those stuffs, because everybody wants to be in a fresh fit during the competition time.
Yes, as a bowler, it's very important that you have a captain who has the confidence in you. Now, if you were to be given a choice of a foreign captain to play under, who will that be?
Belinda Club,
Yeah.
because I found when my early days, I found that she was very aggressive and very commanding. And I enjoy that. Somebody is commanding, aggressive captain, taskmaster kind of stuff. You have to do this is your role. And yeah, I always enjoy where she used to controlling the game, how she used to handle the bowlers, changing field placement. I can see that there is a lot of homework was there why she is doing all those things. So I found that, yeah, Belinda Clark was one person.
You
Or
had your
probably
crack at,
Charlotte Edwards in that case. Charlotte Edwards also in that case. I enjoy her captaincy because she used to change, particularly in a catch and run, she used to use very nicely. And she was a frontline bowler for England for many years. And I think Charlotte also handled catch and run very well.
you also had a crack at captaincy. What were you like as a captain?
So I enjoy that, thinking out of the box and take some extra challenge and deliver. And I want to be is like try to. I always think in that way. Probably I'm may wrong, may right. I don't know. But I used to be, set an example for others in that group. Take that bullet on you when the things are chips are down. You take the responsibility, and when things are going in the right way, let others youngsters take the teamship away. And as a leader, I always believe in that you have to come out from your comfort zone and take that team ahead, because as a leader you have huge role. And I enjoy each and every moment. I enjoy because I found those youngsters, giving them good idea how to handle international cricket, what kind of requirement is performance require, how to handle mental toughness thing, because it's demanding sports. And again, it's result oriented everything. So everything you have to evolve, and you can't be is like a setback and saying no, you have to do this, you have to do that. What you have to do, taught them. Yeah, if you don't know, taught them that this is way path, you can try. It may work, it may not work, but you can try. So I always to give all those stuff to my time to youngsters and make sure that I take that responsibility in that.
Is it more emotionally sapping if you happen to be a captain?
So I was pretty emotionally things happen because I'm an emotional person. I always take that things in me, and that affects me sometimes. Sometimes I've been a bit harsh to the girls in the field. I think area here, that's the things you have to improve as a leader when controlling your emotions, not to show all the time your emotions in front of everyone. But you have to know when to react, but you have to react. You can't be so quiet all the time. You have to react on the field also, since if it is required. But at the same time, you have to know how to control your emotions, particularly as a leader.
Talking of emotions, that sudden collapse at Lord's 2017, that must have really hurt a lot, isn't it?
Yes, sir. It was. It was because when I started my cricket career into '92 World Cup, '97 Women's World Cup final, I saw as a ball girl. Australia, in New Zealand played that World Cup final. I was a ball girl watching Belinda Clark taking the victory lap with that trophy at Eden Garden. So I wanted to feel that thing, and because of that, I started playing cricket. And to that is how I have evolved to women's cricket. And obviously, so that was one of the major event for us. 2005, we are very close, but not able to win the trophy. 2017, we found that we played very good cricket. It was entire game we control, but last I think 10 overs they have control and win the trophy. That hurts actually. If we lost one-sided during 2005, we lost one-sided. It was fine, but it was a bad day. But in 2007, what happened, entire 90 overs you control, and only 10 overs they control and they take that trophy. So that hurts to me particularly, when because honestly speaking, World Cups come every 4 years. So And after 2017, we don't know that we're going to participate in the next World Cup or not. But it was, and it's so close, and a stage was there for India. People come watching, full house. This kind of opportunity rare you can see in women's cricket, and people start following. People start believing in women's cricket, and that was a huge platform. I found we missed that bus badly that day.
Yeah, despite the disappointment, a lot of good came out of that day, isn't it? Because
Yes,
Indian cricket really progressed quite a lot since that day.
absolutely, sir. And the way the in 2017 preparation happened, 2000 entire World Cup we played, people start believing on us, people start following on us, and lot of professional way also. You can see that social media also play a big role in uh, getting those assigned contract, professional assignment in outside sports, getting ad agencies coming and talking to you. Those things never happened in women's cricket earlier. I think after 2017, all those things play a big role. I think that was a huge boost for women's cricket, and people start following women's cricket very closely. They want to see the girls want to win each and every time, and I think huge. What's required is in Indian cricket, sir. Always we believe on dhamaka. In
Mm.
83 वर्ल्ड कप, उससे पहले सिर्फ हॉकी के ऊपर इंडियन स्पोर्ट्स ज्यादा बिलीव करता था, एंड 83 वर्ल्ड कप के बाद people start following men's cricket. That was a huge dhamaka. Then 2017 7 के बाद when T20 World Cup India won, that's also become a change, and suddenly people start follow T20 cricket. इंडियन वुमेन्स क्रिकेट के लिए कि ऐसा धमाका चाहिए था. That was a 2017 World Cup, because 2013 World Cup we are not played well, good cricket, and that was required in the 2017 World Cup to play good cricket, go there and play best possible way, and make sure that you're able to motivate your next generation girls so they can come and take the sports professionally. That was
Of course,
required.
of course, you succeeded in that. Now, apart from the commercial interest that was obvious after that final, and also the eyeballs whenever you started playing cricket after that, international cricket you played after the World Cup final. The biggest thing to me is the kind of progress made in terms of cricket from one or two players playing in the women's BBL or the other leagues across the world. It's come to a stage where 10, almost 10 girls from India are playing in those leagues, isn't it? That is great progress.
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. And that's give us a lot of ideas how they prepare, what kind of culture they have, what kind of preparation they do before playing in a big matches. I think that's give us a lot of idea, a lot of feedback. I think that was missing in our dressing room. I think I'm glad that our girls have taking interest and participating on those foreign leagues. That was absolutely required, and where they perform also in that platform. Particularly Indians, everybody knows they want to be always in a comfort zone, particularly regarding food habit. But in there, you're staying alone, you don't know any teammates, food culture, everything is different. Adapting those things and performing well each and every day, and that is a huge thing for our girls, and they adapt very brilliantly, sir. And they come back and share all those experience. That's motivate a lot of youngsters to, okay, by if this year if I perform well in those tournaments, probably I might go and play next season in those professional league. I can learn, I can pass on to those baton to others. I think that's really help. I hope that kind of premier leagues happen in our country, and that's also change Indian cricket, because India have huge talent, because every state played competition, and that kind of tournament will definitely help in our country also.
Yes, you were talking about a dhamaka just a few
Yes,
minutes ago.
yes,
There is likely to be a dhamaka that is on the way now, which is going to obviously, happen very soon. That is
yes.
next year. If that dhamaka, I'm referring to the women's IPL, happens, will
Hmm.
that be the awakening of the sleeping giant? Because India in
Absolutely,
women's cricket is considered as a sleeping giant.
absolutely, sir. Absolutely, no doubt about that. Amount of girls are participating, sir. how many state we have, the board matches, how many girls are participating. And it's such a big country. People follow from the childhood, people follow cricket. People know cricket. You don't need to teach them the rules, regulation, how to play. It's everybody knows these sports and just need to guide them properly in the right way. And mixture of those foreign players and Indian players, that culture will give our young girls, those are participating only in a domestic circuit, that give them a lot of boost. And you'll see it's a lot of youngsters is coming and participating in Indian cricket and knocking the door that yes, we are ready. So I think that is required, and that is how men's cricket has been changed. If you see it after 2007 IPL ke baad, the amount of youngsters have come out and participating Indian cricket, and knocking the Indian cricket, everything is there. You don't need to do extra, because where the franchisee take care of all those players professionally, as well as the training process, everything. I'm very much hopeful. I'm very much hopeful that in the next 2-3 years, when no, after next 2-3 years, definitely India will be the going to dominate in world cricket, particularly women's team. How men's cricket is dominating at this moment in world cricket.
I totally agree with you. Now, Jhulan, with my next question, I'm not slyly implying anything. Where is Jhulan Goswami going from here?
So at this moment I'm playing. So till I'm as a professional athlete, so till that time I have to, I'll say I'm still playing. And after that I have to think about it. I haven't thought much. Yes, got a lot of injuries, a lot of things happened during that World Cup, injuries, then recovered from that. It was take more time because certain funny injuries happened to me. So it's take me a lot of time. But yeah, I'm looking forward for this upcoming series and go there and participate and perform well for my team. And after that, definitely have to think about it, and we'll sit and we'll discuss, and definitely we'll let you know, sir.
Of course, I'm sure you will do well, and your presence is still needed. You still need to sort of spearhead the attack for a while. One word of advice, if you were to give the younger generation of cricketers.
I think if you're talking about the fast bowler, I think you have to have little bit of extra Jill kind of stuff, that I'm going there and taking that responsibility, because it's a ruthless things. You have to go there day and day out. You have to perform well, and you have to take those odd, because you can't be every day the 5-wicket haul. One day that will happen, but other day batters will charge you. You have to take those things, prepare yourself such way that you can adapt every situation. So your preparation is very much important. Don't don't take lightly your preparation, because preparation make you better cricketers. And dedication, determination, and discipline is required always in these sports. As an athlete, you need those dedication, determination, and discipline. Otherwise, it's quite difficult. And definitely honesty, because if you're not honest about your process, your training, you're not going to survive. Maybe one day you perform well, but next day, if you want to think as an athlete, as a player, 5 years consistent good amount of cricket, then you have to work hard, really different way, and comfort zone se bahar aake aapko training karna hai, and then that makes you the better athlete.
You've seen phases where people didn't know you were playing an international match. Then you've seen people really following you a lot. Then you've seen a lot of fan following coming behind you. Then you've seen presence being created by the social media. Now, you are the right person because you've seen everything that there is to be seen until now, different phases. What would be your advice to the youngsters in terms of balancing all this? It's easy to get distracted for youngsters.
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. It's easy to go away from everything, but at the same time, you need a good mentor. You need a good mentor whom you can take from whom you can take all this good advice, and how to control those things. Because this, yes, those are required, but make sure that you have to balance about everything. You know when to switch on, when to switch off. That is a key in this professional world today, because distraction will be there, but how to handle those things is it's $1 million questions, because it's very easy to get trapped on those things, because for time being they give you a lot of glamour, all those stuffs, but at the same time it'll take your main things from game, your cricket, your game, will take away from those. So you needed somebody who can guide you, give you the good advice, take those good advice, and make sure that you can balance on that. And then that's why I always said you need a good mentor. When I was young, I have very good seniors who always help me all those stuffs to know, make sure that my feet is always in the ground. I'm in the team for what? So I know what I have to do. So I think in this today's world is absolutely required. And after, if IPL happen, women's IPL happen, then is eventually require more, because you'll get a lot of glamour, you'll get little bit of extra money. How to handle those things is very much is a key. So I think everybody needs is a good mentor, or somebody's parents or some coaches will helping them. Make sure that आपका काम है क्रिकेट जाके क्रिकेट खेलना. आप जितना भी अच्छा क्रिकेट खेलोगे, people will remember. Not for others thing, people will remember. So make sure that your process, your routine should not hamper for anything. That's the key.
That advice is as good as the Yorkers you bowl. Thanks a lot, Jhulan, for your time. And I thoroughly enjoyed this chat and wish you all the very best in your future endeavors.
Thank you so much. Always pleasure talking to you, sir, and good wishes for your upcoming this event.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.